And new things with quilts. So let me show you some of my quick techniques. I really specialize in quick piecing, so that's what I like to do. First, a lot of you know about my 10-minute block quilts, and now I have the new 10-minute blocks too. So let me show you this. It is exactly the same technique with some variations. I even have a sampler quilt with 12 different patterns. So let me show you how easy this is put together. So originally 10-minute blocks were done with solid color squares. So now I'm going to use exactly the same technique, except this time I'm starting with 5 half square triangles. So I take one of them and I fold it in half and I place it along the edge. I fold my block up and I sew a seam. So after I sew that seam, then I have a piece that looks like this. So that was seam 1 right in there. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to sew the remaining blocks onto the other end. So now with seam 2, I have sort of a little bridge shape. And now I'm going to take that bridge, I'm going to refold it, lay it down on the table, open up that little pocket. So when I open up that pocket, I like to pin this seam so it'll lay good and flat. And now that I've sewn that third seam, when I open this, it's miraculous. That turns on point, and look what a block I get. So I like to roll these in like the cathedral window because it's such a simple technique. Even beginners come out perfect every time, but look at this block. Is that fabulous? So let me show you my next invention. So this is the 5-minute geese block. This is the pattern. I'm using the Hoffman fat quarter packs for this. So let me show you how easy the 5-minute geese is. Basically, it's half of a 10-minute square. So I'm taking 2 squares and a strip. I fold the strip in half. I put another one on top, and I sew 1 seam right along here. So now I've sewn my seam. I open it up, and when I lay this flat, miraculously, I have a little geese with just 1 seam. Again, I like the cathedral roll because it adds a lot of motion, but it's a very simple technique to do. So now I want to show you the motion commotion. This one's one of my favorites. This is done with the Timeless Treasures layer cake, or 4 5-inch square packs. So this is another magic technique. For this one, I'm taking and making half square triangles. So all of the half square triangles are this color on one side. The other side is all assorted light square, half light color. And then I'm going to fold that down, of course, and lay it on a dark block. And now when I roll this back, I get that little peel showing. So here's my quilt back here. So here are all those little slices, all right here. So beginner techniques, all straight seams, but look what magic you can create. And then I have my twist and turn. So this is a technique I love. I can get such wonderful techniques. I can get everything from windmills. Look at this one. All beginner skills. But what wonderful quilts you can create, and what diversity. This is one of my favorites, made with a layer cake. Aren't those beautiful colors? So for this technique, I'm taking a square, 10-inch square, and I'm taking a strip. I just fold a triangle, and I place that along the edge. Again, I love the cathedral roll because it gives it a advanced quality skill look, but still beginner skills. Sometimes I use big triangles, sometimes I use little triangles. So let me show you how clear the instructions are. So like for a windmill quilt, all the squares look like this. for this big quilt. Half the squares are like this, half are like this. You put them together. Here's one of my favorites. All the blocks are like this. When you put them together, this is what you get. Here's another set. And the big blue and brown one that is so wonderful. Half are light, half are dark. You put them together and it creates that optical illusion. So I have one more book to show you. My next new book is with the Go Baby machine. And so I really love this cutting system. I have just dozens of new quick small projects in this book. They're so much fun. So visit me again. I'll show you what I'm cooking up next time.